Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. It's been, I don't know, probably just over a month since my last video now, and we've had a great couple of weeks, or we did have a great couple of weeks with the birds. It's now the end of October, as you can probably see, looking outside. The weather has turned a little bit grey, a little bit cloudy. It's actually a lot better today than it has been for the last good few weeks, to be honest. But yeah, just over 6 weeks ago was my last video, and the week after that, we actually won first Welsh South East National Hythe. For those of you that live in the UK and sort of read the Home and World books, you'd have seen the results and the reports, because I also write the reports for the Welsh South East National. So yeah, so that's our results, and there we are. The first 8 positions, which was a dream day. You know, I'm not going to sort of short boast or whatever, but it was just all the stars aligned for us that day, and everything happened for a reason. And yeah, like I said to my dad, we should probably retire now because it probably won't get any better than that again. But there we are. That's why we're in the game. The week after, then we had Burr. No, actually, it was 2 weeks after. The week after, we had a good result from Swindon. I think we had about 6 birds arrive together, with all 6 sort of in the first 20 of the federation. Some of them messed about because we had cocks and hens together, but that's the way it goes. The last national from Burr in northern France. We had a good race. It was a really fast race. I think the first one was sort of top 20, if I remember rightly, of the national. So it wasn't a great result, but you know, we had a great season. 2 times first national. We take that any day. So there we go. So that's the season done and dusted. 2019 done. As I wrote in an article I wrote for the book a couple of weeks ago, first time we've done the double, and certainly going into 2020, we're not going to rest on our laurels. We're going for it again, and we're going to try and repeat our success. Pigeons is a funny game. Who knows what's going to come, but we'll be trying. So we did a bit of filming yesterday, so that's the purpose of this video, where we just showed some of the our first 2 pigeons from Hythe on the day. Like I said, any of the 8 could have come really, or could have won really, but we showed you the first 2. So that's the purpose of today's video. Just before I show you the video, just a few little products that we tend to use over the winter. The first one is Sedacol. Lots of you will be familiar with Sedacol. I only started using it last season. Birds had a really good molt, and they're doing so again. We used it throughout the season this year. Again, it contains a product called methionine, which promotes good feather. It's a liver purifier. Would the birds be any different if we didn't feed, or if we didn't give them Sedacol? Who knows? But that's what we give them. That's one product that we give them once, maybe twice a week in the winter. Another that we think is really important is feeding oil. So this is Roper Bee feeding oil. As you can see, it's been well worn. So it's the oregano feeding oil. Again, you've probably read in the book, like I have, the purpose and the advantages of oregano. So this is the oil. Pick a bottle up every year from Roper Bee up in Blackpool, and that's what we use to oil the corn, I suppose. So we can sort of mix in other little products, multivitamins, that sort of thing. Nothing too special. But that's one thing that we use. And again, this is more my dad. Dad likes using Naturalline. Again, people will be familiar with that from your local stockists. Something that Dad likes using to the birds once a week in the water. They'll have a bit of Naturalline. So that's our programme for the winter. Nothing special. Don't like treating them. Some people do. We don't. We try to stay away from antibiotics as much as possible during the off-season. If, of course, it's needed, we'll give them, but there's no routine treatments or anything like that. So enjoy the video, enjoy today's video. We'll be back with another one hopefully in a couple of weeks, when we've got a new introduction coming in. So keep an eye out for that one, and we'll tell you a little bit about the new bird that we've brought in over the winter that we hope is going to make us a bit more competitive in the longer races. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the video. Okay, good morning. Today is Sunday, the 27th of October. Autumn has arrived in Wales. It's been about, 6 weeks since our last video. And since that time, we won first Welsh South East National Flying Cup Hythe. So we thought today's little segment is we'd show you some of the pigeons that came on the day. We actually took the first 8 on the day from Hythe. We had a group of 3, and then probably a minute or 30 seconds after, another group of 5 arrived. We eventually had 11 in the first 20 of the national, and it was just a dream day, I suppose. don't happen very often, so we certainly enjoyed it. So what we thought we'd do today is we'll show you some of the pigeons that come from Hythe. Yeah, that'll be today's video. So we just woke up the loft now. Dad's waiting. He's caught the winner. Pigeon we called Scaramanga, blue cock. As it turned out, he was a gold ring as well. Just before we go up, just thought I'd show you some of the products that we use in the winter. We're not great users of sort of products in the winter. Tend to keep the birds quite natural. I know some people like to vaccinate and treat, 3-day treatments for this, 5-day treatments for that. We tend to avoid it as much as we can. We do use, as you can see, cider vinegar. The birds get cider vinegar twice a week. We mix cider vinegar with garlic and give that to birds twice a week, just to keep the sort of crop a bit acidic. And I think that sort of keeps small little diseases away. I think it's a good product, cider vinegar. I know other people use, there's various other sort of acidic products on the market. But we're sort of, I don't know, a bit old-fashioned maybe. But we like to use the cider vinegar. It's unpasteurised, so that's the one we use. We also like to use a little bit of oil in the winter, again, just to keep the feathering good. And also then, as you can see, a little bit of Protein Plus, which I think I showed on the last video. And then occasionally then we'll give them some multivits, that sort of thing, just to give them a little bit of boost, which we think is so important at this time of year. As we've sort of mentioned in the last videos, the feeding that we use the Matador range of corns. So there's our bins at the moment with all the Matador corn in there. We do mix in a little bit of lighter corn, perhaps a depurative or a diet mix, maybe a bit of barley as well as the birds come through the moult, just to keep the weight off them. But as I've said before, Matador is the range of corn that we use. Currently feed in super molten and then using other bits and bobs that we had left from the season, like all lofts do. So there we go. Let's have a little look upstairs and Dad will show you our winner from Hythe. As we said, it could have been any of the first 3 that came. But as it turned out, this cock was first over. So here he is, there's Dad. Would you like to tell us a bit about the bird that we had?
Yeah, well, mixed feelings about the young bird season. We tend to have bunches to come together, which is good in one respect, but where you've got a mix in of cocks and hens, and as you know we fly them separately, they mess about, and on several occasions this year we had good pigeons, but they messed about and they didn't have the credit they deserved. But that's pigeon racing. This is the cock, number 54, which won the national for us. As Carwyn said, it could have been one of 8 because we had the first 8 in the national, and it was a very, very special day. People who saw the previous video may recall Carwyn finishing up by saying we'd already won 7 nationals then, will it be number 8? And we honestly thought that it wouldn't be this year, but it has been this year, and we're quite proud, and luck was with us, and the pigeons did the rest. So here he is, number 54. His sire is Bighead, very good pigeon for us, both as a racer and a producer, and his mother is a full sister to Daisy Rose. I think a lot of you know about Daisy Rose. She, without doubt, the best racing pigeon we've ever had, and the breeding of these pigeons is coming through regularly now, so it's good.
Should we get the second winner, second prize bird? The dark cock. So there's some of our young hens. Today is bath day, always on a Sunday. We like to give the birds a bath, pretty much right throughout the season, but especially during the molt. I think it's really important. So this is our cock section. As you can see, the cocks aren't in here at the moment. We think we're going to have 7 old cocks for next year, which isn't a lot of experience, but we like to keep a young team, and we've got a really nice group of young pigeons, so we hope that they can do us proud. Hopefully next year we're going to fly a little bit more across the channel maybe, and hopefully 1 or 2 of these will show their worth. So they're looking really well, probably like all lofts, no doubt. At the moment the feathering now, they just pretty much gone through the molt did their end tail flight, so they're looking really well, and if there's any shows about in the season, even though our birds are not particularly showy, I wouldn't say that, but hopefully we'll have a bit of fun. So there we are. So this is the second prize bird, bred for us by our good friend Derek Nichols of Premier Lofts. Do you want to tell us a bit about him?
Yeah, again, we had a full brother to this last year, and he was a very good racer, very consistent, but unfortunately the first race, Old Birds, 2019, we lost him and we never saw him again. But this cock is bred exactly the same. He's from a pigeon called Supersonic Mike, who's one of Derek's principal pigeons. Hopefully we'll have a bit of fun with this pigeon. He's a lovely type. He's a bit more flighty than ours normally are. Ours are quite quiet, but this one he's got, you know, plenty of go in him, but he can be a bit temperamental. But he's a lovely, lovely pigeon, and we've got big hopes for him. So Supersonic Mike, hopefully you're going to do the business for us.
We shall see. Right, I'll just show downstairs now with the stock birds. So there we are, so that's our first two. And we've done really well with the Derek Nichols pigeons. For any of you that have been to Derek's loft will know that the quality he's got there is second to none, to be fair. And they've given our birds, you know, they've been a match for our birds. You know, I think the Vanderbilis we've got, the family we've got, the big head pigeons, in our opinion, they're as good as what's about. But to be fair, Derek's, Herman's Custers and Vanderbilks have they've been on their toes, which is good. You know, you've got our birds to compete against them because, like us all, we're always looking for something better. So these are our stock cocks at the moment. We're going to shortly move them upstairs. We got 1 or 2 more birds to go. We had a short sale a couple of weeks ago. So once the last of the 2 birds have gone, or the last couple of birds have gone, then we're going to move these upstairs. So there's G. There's the pre-Olympic cock, responsible for our gold ring winners, and you know, a really top breeder for us, G, to be fair to him. There he is. And I think Big Head, where is he? He's just flown. He's flown across, but yeah, there we are. So there's our stock cocks. We've got a few later bred pigeons that we've probably going to retain for ourselves this year. There's one of them. He's a direct son of G when paired to his own daughter. We've kept his sister as well.
Again, as you can see, he's just got the one eye. The Sparrowhawk took the other eye. Super pigeon, double fed winner. You name it, he's done it. And his children are proving equally as good. Yeah, lovely pigeon.
So look at his good side. There he is. There's Big Head. There he is. Top pigeon, top racer, top breeder. There's not many of them about.
He's a very big pigeon. He looks a very big pigeon, but in the hand, he's not that big. And his children are exactly the same. They look big, but they're not. We don't like big pigeons anyway, but he's something special.
Thank you. So there we are. That's as much as we're going to give away today. Next video, maybe we'll look at some of the birds we think are going to challenge for us next year in the next All Bird season. So thanks for watching. Ciao for now.